All right, thanks, guys. We got some shout-outs to get to in just a couple of moments, but just want to let you know we're coming off an outstanding Monday. Really doing good with these leans. Over the past couple of days, we had a 3-1 day in the NBA. We were 2-0 on our two Patreon personal plays at patreon.com/BrockPage. Most importantly, we went 13-5 in our 18 MLB leans. Baseball just red hot for us right now. Absolutely crushing it there. Now, we did go 0-2 in the NHL. Can't forget that. What's his name? Or Rob D will call me out. Don't forget about those losses. Rob D always shitting on my parade. Hot, steamy crap right over my joy. But anyway, we still love you, Rob D. I got a shout out for you, buddy. Let's go ahead and get into some NBA action, beginning with Boston taking on Milwaukee. That's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Milwaukee. I know my man Milwaukee Mike Jones will definitely be paying attention to that one, suffering a massive hit to his bankroll after Boston crushed Milwaukee in Game 1. But anyway, Milwaukee opened the betting as the 7.5-point favorite, total at 220 and a hook. Now, we didn't see a whole lot of movement on the spread. Pretty good two-way action there, but we did see movement downward on the total, down to 219 and a half. So once again, Milwaukee open and remains minus 7.5. Total open 220.5, down to 219 and a hook. 55% of the consensus is leaning toward Boston. 71% shaded toward the under. Right now, Boston is plus 275 on the money line. Now, Aaron Baines is questionable with an ankle injury for the Celtics. Meanwhile, Brown is questionable with that back injury for the Bucks. But if you like the Bucks in this spot here, I really can't say I blame you. I'm sorry. I can't say I blame you when it comes to the Bucks. But if you're tailing Boston in this spot, man, they look like a completely different team. They're 6-0 against the number in their last 6. So they successfully covered the number in their last 6 straight. But they're also 6-0 ATS in their last 6 on the road. They're 4th in road points allowed and 4th in road defensive field goal percentage, so really limiting opportunities for their opponents. They successfully covered the number in 3 out of their last 4 taking on Milwaukee. And one more thing to note about Boston. They're undefeated. They're perfect 4-0 against the spread in their games that tipped off at the current number. On the other side, a little bit different story. As good as Milwaukee's been, they have failed to cover in 4 out of their last 8. They also ranked 22nd in defending the 3 ball at home, and they're 17th from the stripe at home. So you might as well foul them because they're not making their shots. Now, total-wise, Boston is 80% to the under in the playoffs. I like the Celtics on the road here. Give me Boston plus 8 after buying the hook. Oh, yeah, bought the hook. Why don't you roast me in the comments about that? And the under 219.5 in that matchup there. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Tuesday's NBA, NHL, and MLB action. But we got to get to some shout-outs because we have some people, some commenters who've been very active on Brock Page Productions right here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to say hello to Lord James, Kyle Lally, Mick Smith, my man Iraq, Hector, who says Brock doesn't fail, reassuring another commenter. He was a little bit sketchy. He was like, does this guy know what he's talking about? And Iraq said, Brock doesn't fail. We appreciate that, Hector. I want to move on to Milwaukee Mike Jones, my man Mike Jones, who works at the Pfizer Center. Mike Jones from Milwaukee representing the Bucks, and like I said earlier, man, he got pounded. He got hurt on that Game 1. He's looking for a loan right now, so if you know anybody, give Milwaukee Mike Jones a call. He's looking to get on the come-up again and secure the bag there. Straight to the point, want to say hello to you. Hemp Dog dropping me a line, blowing the loudest of the loud. Hemp Dog, all natural and organic listener there. Hemp Dog, what's going on? Rob D, got to give you a shout out. Always trolling there. Jameer Jacobs, hello. Sports Fast, hello. Gabe Zavala, got to say what's up to my man Evil Dax. Hello to Jordan Rabowski, who says Bucks suck, 4-1 Boston. Bold prediction there, Jordan. we'll have to follow up on that one there. Got to say hello to Brian Natty, Dylan C., my man Ulysses U-Dog Hayes, Vinny Smooth, who I believe is a distant cousin of JB Smooth, and then last but not least, I got my man Aaron D., last but not least on the shout-out list, Aaron D., who I'm real proud of you, Aaron. He said he blew his sports betting cash in the pit. Blew it at the dice table. Won a ton of money betting sports the right way, then blew it in the pit. Dude, we've all been there, man. I tell you, my trend back in the day was, I'd build up the bankroll, build up a couple stacks, 1-2 no limit, sometimes 2-5 no limit in the poker room. Go ahead and blow it at the dice table, bet in the dolt, and then go back in the poker room and blow the rest of it. So we've all been there, Aaron D. No worries there, man. I'm proud of you, but don't do that again. It's a miserable cycle, although you will always live to tell of it. I know I'm certainly the case there. But anyway, let's go ahead and slide back into some more lines of personal leans. Now, I got to remind you guys to check me out on my website, patreon.com/BrockPage. We went 2-0 in our premium personal plays yesterday. We're doing really, really good in many different categories on that website. So link is in the description section below. Check me out, patreon.com/BrockPage. Let's go ahead and get into some NHL action here. We have 2 Stanley Cup playoff games. So just remember, all starts are Eastern Standard Time. And let's go ahead and take a look. Actually, did I do Houston Golden State? No, I did not. Really getting ahead of myself today. Very fired up. Very inspired by the comments section. But anyway, let's take a look at Houston taking on Golden State. That's going to be a 10:30 Eastern tip-off in the Bay Area. The Warriors open the betting as the 5.5-point favorite, total at 219. Now, since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the spread. Pretty good two-way action there. But we did see significant and steady movement upward on the total, up to 220.5. So once again, Golden State's minus 5.5, total open 219, up to 220.5. 69% are leaning Houston, 53% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Rockets are plus 205 on the money line. Rivers is questionable for the Rockets. Now, if you like Houston to cover the number on the road here, really can't blame you. They're 10-3 against the spread in their last 13. They're 4-1 against the number in their last 5, taking on Golden State. The Rockets are first in defending the 3-ball, and they're 7th in road points allowed. A couple more things to add about the Rockets. They're covering 63% of their games when catching plus money or when catching the points. They're also 24-14 against the spread, taking on teams over 550. And the final thing to note about Houston, very good stat, very good number here. They're covering 75% of their games this year at the current point spread. So very good at the current number. Now on the other side, Golden State just 1-4 against the spread, taking on Houston this year, like I said. They've also covered just 17 out of 44 as the official home favorite. And when it comes to games that tipped off at the current point spread, they're covering just 25% of them. That's right, Golden State, just 25% against the spread in their games that tipped off at the current number. Now, total-wise, Houston is 7-0 to the under in their last 7. Give me the Rockets plus 6 after buying the hook, and the under 220.5 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some Stanley Cup playoff action. We're going to begin with Boston at CBJ, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Columbus. The Blue Jackets open the betting as the $1.10 favorite, total of 5.5. We're seeing just a nickel move toward Columbus in this matchup here, up to minus 115. So once again, Columbus open $1.10, up to minus 115. Totals at 5.5. 57% of the consensus is leaning toward Columbus. 56% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Bruins are minus 105 on the money line. Columbus plus 230 on the puck line. We have Tuukka Rask for Boston. Sergei Bobrovsky for Columbus. This series is all knotted up at 1 game apiece. Now, if you like Columbus in this spot here, they're winning 64% of their games when Bobrovsky makes the start. They're also winning 60% of their games as the favorite. They rank 8th in goals allowed in the NHL. They're also 8th in home shots allowed. So really limiting opportunities for their opponents at home. Now, a couple more things to add about Columbus. They're 7-1 straight up in their last